AI encourages complacency, and you paid to review the results. This is episode number 387 of the My Online Toolbox, weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of online marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads. Our goal is to give you some education so you could take that education, build it into your strategy, and implement it too. Last week, we were talking about positioning your brand for AI search engine success. Check out episode number 386 because it's going to provide you a link to the story that we had published in one of the industry's leading periodicals that you could take a moment to appreciate not only the 2026 trends, but for many years going forward so you could see how artificial intelligence is already looking at your business and how to begin to make changes. But this week we're moving into AI encouraging complacency. And we need you to realize that AI is not always making your decisions better, and in many cases it's taking mediocrity and making it more expensive. What do we mean? Well, a client, unfortunately, this is happening a little bit too frequently, but in this particular case, what stimulated the post is a client forwarded an AI-generated marketing plan. It was technically flawless, grammatically perfect, but completely soulless as it related to his business and the industry. And the problem isn't the technology, it's how many of you are using it. So what do most people get wrong? Well, first, you have to realize I've created thousands of pieces of content, including these weekly quick tips and featured projects on Instagram, and the same pattern keeps showing up. First, someone goes to AI and quickly types something in, and then they may alter that inquiry once or twice to get permutations as they fine-tune it, and then within seconds, they get anywhere from a single page to more than 10 pages of generic suggestions, and then they pass it on to someone else with a question such as, what do you think? So let's look at that, what do you think? Because this is what just happened, and it's unfortunately happening too frequently, so we're going to guide people in the future to just listen to this post before we respond to any AI-generated communications. And this is what it said. I started using AI and ran a few different ways I think the marketing should go. Notice he said, I think. There are details and a summary, timelines and budgets generated by this stuff. Hard for me to know what to make of it all, but I'm looking for you to review it and give me your feedback so we could start to implement some of these ideas. Here's the link. Would be great if you could get back to me by early next week. Well, first of all, to look at this, you would have to realize that that particular document was more than 10 pages long. And sometimes it's just a paragraph or two. Other times it's very long. And first we allocate our time regardless of how the content was generated, let alone in seconds. We're going to allocate our time, and we want to make sure you realize that we charge for our time. So we're not giving just a random second opinion. We're really the first opinion that should have been given in the first place, and people have to realize that you're paying, at least for us, our time to review this stuff. We're allocating our time just like we would allocate it for anything else that was thought of. And in this particular case, when we looked at the document was pathetically generic, that it was going to take more time to review it and go back and forth to explain to the person what was wrong with his inquiries, how we're going to have to refine it, and it would have been better just to pay us to have done our own marketing plan update based on our knowledge of the industry, our knowledge of his business, and our knowledge of his competitors. So right there, all of that experience for 15 years gets diminished because someone feels they have something of a 10-page document that somehow is going to change their life. So please keep in mind that the inquiries are coming in. It's a little strange, but it's coming in faster and faster because so many people feel there is this immediate answer, but you will pay the price because it's the same mediocre, quick answer that's being given to everybody else. There are a lot of other topics to talk about, but in the moment, you have to realize, regardless of how those communications are created, in order to get someone to really review it who actually cares about what they're reading and making sure you appreciate what you're going to do, you're going to pay for that. And whether it's 15 minutes or, in this case, that document we estimated was going to be about 5 to 6 hours of going back and forth because it was just overwhelming of how much was there, how much details were there that would need to be addressed to at least follow this 5-second plan. Please keep it in mind because AI could inadvertently take away a lot of the passion that you have for your own business and put it into simply a sentence text that gets generated with paragraphs of non-emotional, non-specific replies. This is my online toolbox reminding you to appreciate marketing and make sure that you're focusing in that, at least for the newcomers in your business, to send them to our marketing education that's been designed for remodelers, builders, and specialty contractors. Marketing is an essential skill. You shouldn't be shooting from the hip and hoping for results, let alone quality long-term results. Always remember to please like and comment on these posts on either Facebook and YouTube, or definitely check out our Instagram channel for the featured projects, because all those projects being featured, they're not overwhelmed with AI because they've been more focused in on the structure of their brand than the use of technology. This is my online toolbox reminding you to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week. We'll see you next week.